Hello everyone, welcome to Trade. Today we're going to be seeing the Nifty and Banknifty market analysis for Wednesday, 17th November. First, what I have open here is the 1-hour chart of Banknifty. See, before we go into the CPR levels, I'll just show a few support and resistance that we have based on the price action. See, today we had a pretty good fall. We fell until 38,200. Now, tomorrow, if this fall continues, the green line that I marked, this is a good support that we have for tomorrow. That is around 38,140. This is also supported by the price action here. In case if this support breaks 38,000, there is no significant support on the chart until 37,672. And all the other following green lines that I've drawn, one at 37,400 and 36,900. Obviously, this is not going to come in a day, but I've just marked those levels based on the price action. So where we have taken support today is also a pretty important level. If 38,140 breaks, the next support based on price action is coming in at 37,693. Now, just going into the CPR chart, see here I have only the weekly CPR enabled. And the monthly CPR. The star is nothing but the monthly CPR, and this dotted line, orange, purple, orange, is the weekly CPR, and I have daily CPR on this chart. For looking at CPR, I'm just going to shift to a 15-minute chart. First, let us just look at the daily CPR. See, and also I'm following this black trend line that I've drawn. Just in case we break this on the upper side, we could get a good move on the upper side if this black trend line breaks, or we might even come until this black trend line again tomorrow and take resistance here. That's pretty much where we have the previous day high and R1 of CPR. See, today today for me it was a pretty good trade, made about 32,000 rupees, all based on the CPR logic. I took a short when the S1 broke, after the previous day low and the S1 broke, and a second short trade once kind of this trend broke. I'll be showing you that on the weekly and the monthly CPR chart again. See, today the moment the market fell, it again went up, took resistance at S1 and then got a huge dip again. So now coming for trade possibilities for tomorrow, right? Based on whether we are going to get a gap up or a gap down. Say tomorrow again, if this S1, the previous day low is this around 38,200, and the support we have is S1 is at 3,800, and this price action support, what we have is around 38,134. So we have a CPR level which is pretty close by. So if this breaks, the market could easily hit 37,890 in Banknifty. Now, from past few weeks, this weekly CPR levels has been playing out very good. Even just to give you an example on the last week, right? So this is a last week chart. The monthly CPR is going to be constant for the entire November. That is these three star lines, and these dotted lines are the weekly CPR. See, last week once we broke the previous week low and S1 of daily CPR, we hit S1 of weekly CPR, we did hit S2 of weekly CPR and kind of remained in this range. And even this week, see, these three are the weekly CPR. It started on Monday exactly at the CPR. We kind of took resistance here where the CPR point, right? On Monday we started getting a sell-off. Even today, initially when we got a sell-off, we took support at the previous week low. The black dotted line is nothing but the previous week low. See, this is the previous week chart from here till here. So we have taken support again. We took support at 38,350, went up and had another beautiful breakdown. So based on the weekly and the daily CPR, my possibility for tomorrow is, if in case we break this level, right, as mentioned earlier, we could hit 37,500. As this is too big for intraday, we can make use of 50%, that is coming around. Our first target can be 37,876, and also we can add the daily CPR, which is S2, which will come pretty much around the same level. So this is a good target for tomorrow on the downside, 37,800. If I get a good short position, probably I'll book my profits over here. That's around 37,884. So I just want to show another thing. See, I had two trades today, right? One was the morning short. Again, in the evening, I took a short. I exited early, but that was all based on the charts. So my second put for 400 put, right, was when, I just shifted to a 5-minute chart in Banknifty, was when this trend line broke. See, morning I shorted here. I booked my profit here, and again in the evening took a short after this, and I did an early exit. I exited right here because this was one of my target, the same where we took support earlier. That was my target. I exited here, but the market fell more. But we can't do anything with early exits or early entries, right? We just have to go with it. So this was my trade for today, and this is my trade possibility for tomorrow. So let's see how it goes in Banknifty now. Just coming to the Nifty chart. See, Nifty had a pretty good fall after retesting the CPR level today. We took support at S1 of daily CPR, went up, again retested the CPR and had a huge fall. If somebody had caught this fall, they probably would have made big money on the downside. And again for tomorrow, we have, see again one more thing, forgot to mention in Banknifty. Tomorrow also we have a slightly wider CPR. So we could have a good move somewhere in the morning and then just remain sideways, just consolidate throughout the day. That is what I'm thinking. If I cannot catch this morning move, probably I'll just not take a trade because it might be sideways, or we might remain sideways as soon as we open and get a good move on the upside. On the downside or upside, probably after say about 130. So that is what I'll be watching out for. And now coming to Nifty, let me just turn off the CPR just for the levels, right? On the downside, the next good support is at 17,900. And if we break that, see, based on the price action, all support I mentioned not just randomly, but based on this price. See, here we took a support, and here we have taken a support. So there is a chances we might take support here, 17,900 and 17,800. And if we break that, we do have a support at 17,700, that is here. Let me just mark a line. And obviously all this, we're not going to get it in one day, but just marking in and keeping it for future trades. And also one more thing that I'm observing in Nifty is we kind of have been following this type of a trend line and a channel on the upper side. So as long as we are within this channel, right, it'll be, probably we'll get a big move on the downside or upside once this kind of channel breaks out. Let me just shift to a 1 hour chart. It'll be more clear, yeah. See, this is the channel I'm referring to. So as long as we are within this, probably we will be range bound, and once we break out of this or break down, we can see more lower levels. If we break down this channel, right, this trend line what I've drawn, the black trend line, my estimate is we could probably see around 17,600 is a possibility. Now just looking at the OI data, I won't be able to open the UPSTOX, which I use every time. I'm just going to use the Sensible from my the terminal. See, now coming for Banknifty, the good resistance is at 38,500 and a good support is at 38,000. So if tomorrow 38,000 breaks, we can get a good move on the downside. But if 38,000 holds, if this level holds, right, like I mentioned weekly CPR, if we come and take support at either this S1 or daily S1 This is the CPI levels plotted for tomorrow, and all the CPI levels is not just drawn by me, it is plotted by the indicator. You can just go to indicator and type CPR. You get daily, monthly, weekly, everything. There are many. We can just choose which is the most convenient for us. And what you see, this RDCPR just done by me. So in case if this level holds, right, we can see even a good bounce from here based on the OI data that 38,000 is giving us a pretty good support for this expiry. So in case we are getting a break of this level, right, 38,000 or 38,100, it needs to break with a good red candle on a 15-minute or even probably wait for a 1 hour 1 hour candle to break with a 1 hour candle, because there's a very good support at 38,000, and there's a good chance that we might even bounce from 38,000 until the CPI levels or the higher resistance that is marked. The red lines I use as the resistance. Now just looking at Nifty open interest. See, 18,100 crossing is very difficult in Nifty. We have a huge selling there, call writers that have sold, and 17,900 is a good support for Nifty. That's pretty much what we saw on the chart. 17,900 is a good support, and 18,100 is a good resistance in Nifty. So these are the levels that I have for Nifty and Banknifty. Hope this works out and helps. So sorry for not posting a couple of videos. Past few days was a little busy. So please stay tuned for more videos like this and more learning videos. Thank you.